Hello, everybody. Dr. F. Scott Feil here, and I'd like to introduce you to our newest sponsor. The NPTE Final Frontier is the review course that I wish was around when I took the board exam. For those of you who know my story, it took me a handful of times to pass that exam, and quite frankly, I really wish I had an exam review course around, just like the NPTE Final Frontier. Check out their website, npteff.com, and use the code HET at checkout for 10% off to all of our listeners and fans. Hello, everybody. Dr. F. Scott Feil here again with part 2 of that Teach Me Something Tuesday and the tips and tricks that I was talking about from Hal Elrod's book, Miracle Morning. The second tip or trick or pointer that I use is affirmations or positive affirmations. These are basically a list of things that you write to say out loud to yourself to kind of affirm and really get it into your subconscious to believe in yourself and what you are doing and what you're trying to accomplish. It has to be said out loud because your subconscious mind has to hear it. It has to kind of go in, process through your ears, into your brain, and really get into that subconscious mind. There's a book out there, Psycho-Cybernetics, a great book, kind of an older book, but it kind of goes into the depths of the subconscious mind and how it works. And it's interesting because, again, it's one of those things where it's like, whether you believe you can succeed or whether you believe you'll fail, you're right. You know, that quote, it's true, right? And again, we've seen it time and time again, and especially in a lot of physical therapy type studies where if a patient believes that rehab is going to work and they're going to get good outcomes, they will. If they don't believe it, they're probably not going to get good outcomes, right? And a lot of it has to do with just that self-belief, right? But fake it till you make it and imposter syndrome and stuff, that all kind of creeps in at times, and you're not truly believing in yourself deep down, right? And one of the best ways to convince yourself that you are going to accomplish something is to set up a couple of positive affirmations and say them out loud to yourself every morning. I wish I had done more research on this stuff and really applied it earlier in my career because, again, right, the NPTE exam is a perfect example. For me, it took a handful of times to pass, right? And I think a lot of that could have been sped up had I done a better job of believing in myself and convincing myself that I was going to do what I needed to do to get the job done and pass the exam, right? So one of the things I've started doing is positive affirmations. So an example would be, let's say you wake up every morning and you say, I know that I am a top performing student. I know that I will perform the correct study methods to retain and master the information I need to. And I know that I am going to pass this final exam. And you repeat these to yourself 4 or 5 times every day, every morning. And eventually, again, it gets into your subconscious and your subconscious starts buying into it as well. And all of a sudden, not only do you have this positive belief, but you also have this confidence about yourself that, yeah, you are going to pass this exam. You are going to study appropriately. You are a top performing student. And the same can be said on the flip side with professors, right? You can kind of wake up in the morning and think to yourself and say out loud, with your affirmations, I am an effective professor. I will help with the transfer of knowledge today to my students. Their outcomes will improve based on my teaching methods and techniques, right? And you can say these affirmations out to yourself, right? Out loud over and over and over again, 4 or 5 times, and then go about your day, right? Because again, you've said these things that you truly want to accomplish and you believe you can accomplish, and your subconscious mind starts hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and processing it, and eventually that gets into your inner core and your belief system, and it just becomes second nature, and you do have that belief in yourself and the knowledge that you are going to be able to do what you set out to do. So again, if you haven't already, check out Hal Elrod's book, Miracle Morning, and really start thinking about using positive affirmations to help, really get into the deeper subconscious of your mind so that you can accomplish great things. Hope this was helpful and look forward to seeing you guys on the next Teach Me Something Tuesday.